Hey everyone, Christian here, and this is going to be a palm review on Coccothrinax fragrans. So, Coccothrinax, like many Coccothrinax, this palm is native to Cuba, Eastern Cuba, both Eastern Cuba, and Haiti. Now, there aren't many Coccothrinax that are native to both Cuba and somewhere else, but this is one of maybe a dozen or so, and it is best known for having a really thick trunk. So, to give you an idea, another Coccothrinax back there, you can see the fibers there versus this, which you can see that I can't even get it's at least 2 hand lengths in diameter. I don't know, that's probably about a foot, I would say. And so it has, this real beefy, almost like bottle-like trunk, and it has these concave fronds up top, and the hastula is very pronounced. This is the hastula. It almost has a spike on it. It's not really sharp, so you can kind of touch it. But it's almost like a large Coccothrinax argentata, in that it has that very ringed look, very flat shaped, very well. It's almost like a spindle, a Hyophorbium reverse feltii with a palmate crown in a way, but it has a crown of like an argentata. So it does have a little bit of does have silver on the underside of its leaflets. Not as pronounced as argentata, but it's still there like many Coccothrinax. This one's actually in seed right now, and there's a few seed that'll probably be okay. Not too many, but this is actually a pretty popular Coccothrinax amongst collectors in Florida because it seems to be much easier to grow than many other species. It grows as well as, say, the old man palm, Coccothrinax crinita, and Coccothrinax argentata, and that might be due to its genes. So hopefully it's a bird over there. Okay. So yeah, you can see it. You can down here. You can actually start. Well, it's hard to see, but there's actually a little bit of root action going on down there. And this is a very tough plant. This handles hurricanes all the time, and it's very hurricane hardy. So people may think, with these large fronds, they're not going to take the, they're very wind resistant. They're not going to be very good in hurricanes. But I mean, you can bend this thing all the way back to the trunk. It's not going to snap. It'll bend all the other way back around, and it won't snap either. So it is quite a versatile palm. It is probably going to be hardy to about 9B, like many Coccothrinax are. A few are a little bit harder to say 9A. I'm going to try and find a couple to vlog for everyone. But the seed's going to be reddish purple, like most Coccothrinax. It's going to be but they're all about the same size. Some are smaller than others. I haven't seen a fragrans seed fully developed in a while. I haven't germinated any in a long time, so I'm going off what I remember from the past. But you can see it is quite a prolific seeder, and these are very popular in Florida. If you're going to buy seed, make sure that you get some that from one that has not been near others that have been flowering. And in this garden, there isn't any flowering at this time. These should be true seeds. But often in areas like Miami, you'll get hybridized Cuban seeds such as Copernicia, Coccothrinax. Sometimes even Thrinax can be known to hybridize. So yeah, it's a very beautiful plant. If we get in the crown here, just making sure there's no wasp nests on the inside. You can see it has a very fine fiber to it versus the coarser fiber, if you can see back there, of that Coccothrinax. I can't see the crown, so I couldn't tell you what it is, but it almost comes out like a spindle. You can see it what's it called? It comes down, it pencils a little bit, and then the crown kind of starts, but it will actually fatten up as it gets taller. So, but yeah, just like any Coccothrinax, this is going to want a lot of heat, humidity to germinate. Give it a well-draining soil, though. Here, as you can see, it's on a little bit of a hill, and it absolutely loves it here. It'll grow up against a bunch of rocks, and it looks really nice. They're kind of there's some real rocky, rough areas in eastern Cuba. Eastern Cuba is kind of, the north end is more rocky savanna, almost like semi-arid, and the southern area near Guantanamo Bay is more like a rainforest. So there's two very distinct climates going on there, and this is from the north area that is more of a rocky savanna, very hot and humid, but not nearly as much rain. More like Florida than it is like a rainforest. So, but it is a much bigger Coccothrinax. As you can see, that the crowns on their Coccothrinax are going to be half this size, and it may be one of the largest as far as its full spread. And that's going to be about 8 feet, I'd say, in full spread. And this is about 12 to 15 feet tall if we go all the way up here. So yeah, that's about it. You know, lots of heat and humidity to germinate, and they are remote germinators, so give them a little bit of room to kind of you know, throw down their roots, a little bit of depth as well. So anyway, that's about it for Coccothrinax fragrans. Oh, one more thing, the reason they call it fragrans is in the species is that the flowers are quite fragrant for the genus, so hence it got the name fragrans. So anyway, that's about it for fragrans, Coccothrinax fragrans, that is. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe to see many other palm reviews like this. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions about Coccothrinax fragrans or other Coccothrinax, or maybe even more Caribbean palms, leave them down below, and I will see everyone next time. Thanks for watching.